If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC 25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay guys, so today we apparently have 3 different evolutions to take a look at, so we'll make a video for each individual one and basically take it from there, okay? We're gonna have to get some water after each one pretty much, but let's see what upgrades you get from it. So from some of them, is it the same players for a lot of them? Speed burst and precision shooter, and then pitch vision. Okay. So what do you get? Let's do speed burst is one of the ones that's trending the least. So we'll probably do that one third. And then pitch vision looks like one that people are looking into a lot. Okay, so pitch vision would be this one. And this one gives the incisive pass to the player, +1 overall. I mean, listen, as usual, the players that they have on the face of the actual evolution, a lot of them don't make sense. Like, they're just there because they can obviously be put into it, but wouldn't make a lot of sense for that. So pitch vision. What's the stat increase for this? Precision shooter, and then it's pitch vision with passing increase. I get it a little bit more now. Yeah, because giving passing stats to a card, I would say it's actually a pretty big deal, to be honest with you. And I mean, even if you don't get the playstyle plus for it, I still feel like it would be pretty relevant to give them this improvement. Yeah, incisive pass would be cool, but the passing stat in general is still like a good plus if you were to actually improve it in this sort of way, right? With precision shooter increasing shooting by that much, which is obviously a lot, and then pitch vision obviously increasing that as well too. Precision shooter with pitch vision, and then the speed burst. So this one you can chain with the 2 of them together. Interesting. So pitch vision, precision shooter together. It makes a pretty good Nico Williams card, especially if you didn't do the Europa League one, which was a very expensive SBC. A good card in game, sure, but the SBC price was pretty wild. But no, he definitely looks like a really nice card, to be fair. That's just strictly precision shooting. Pitch vision for Sissoko. Precision shooter for 85, and then an 86 for passing. I mean, yeah, you could do that. Do I think that giving him a shooting boost is that significant? Not necessarily. I think the passing would be more significant, even though it is just a +2 on the card. Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with the precision shooter on it, but honestly, if you did the foundation upgrade, you're chilling on this card. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to like really care to really boost his shooting compared to some other cards. Like, I think with the center mid position specifically, I'd probably care more about that, especially if it gives them that incisive pass as well, right? I think that would be a little bit more relevant. Thuram would be a very good example of this one, actually. This would be a very, very good example. So with the pitch vision, it would be his first playstyle plus, and to be fair, for a center mid, it would be incredibly relevant because he actually has some pretty good roles too, right? Like, I can use this card as a box-to-box center mid and still use him as a holding CDM as well. And I think with either or, when it comes to positioning him in a certain way, I still think the incisive pass would be very helpful in some situations. Because I think in this game, when you do lob passes, they also count towards incisive pass sometimes as well. Hard to explain, but it has happened a few times, right? So incisive pass, through passes are far more accurate. Swerve passes are delivered with maximum curve and precision. Yeah, but it's weird though, because sometimes it activates for the lob pass. So I don't know. It could, but I guess it's technically a through pass, right? So I don't know. Tough to say, but through pass in your mind to be like, oh, just pressing triangle or Y. But like I said, sometimes that playstyle pops up. It's like acrobatic, right? Like, you think it's just for shooting, but they do acrobatic for like passes and stuff too, right? Which that one probably actually explains it. But yeah, this is one that would make more sense though. for this specific evolution, because you are actually applying the playstyle plus on him. And Thuram is generally a pretty good meta card to use in this game too, right? So can't really go wrong with a decision like that. I'm doing this because some of these are like chain ones, and they actually end up giving it to them as well. Adeyemi with a passing and shooting boost. Speed burst. Speed burst for what? Speed burst, precision shooting, and then a pitch vision. And then you give him a finisher. I mean, the stat increase is nice on this card, regardless of the fact that you're not giving him the playstyle plus. Yeah. The pace being nice is good. Shooting is significantly better. You increase the dribbling. And he's just like a pace merchant, right? Quick step plus with 98 is kind of crazy. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that. I mean, the passing boost in general is still a nice thing to get with him. Left-footed player on the left-hand side. 277k. He has maintained the price because the specific stat increases are definitely nice for him. Because, the big thing here is that he's a minimum 4-star, and he's a left-footed player on that left-hand side, which a lot of people are going to want to work with for sure. So Adeyemi definitely makes sense for sure. Diaby, precision shooter, pitch vision. I might have to just put these two together, to be honest with you. Yeah, I might put these two together. I think the speed one, I think I can actually do by itself, because these two, they're kind of like hand in hand with each other. No, actually, I'll split them, because there is actually a few different ones here. Yeah, we'll split them. But yeah, the chain one for Adeyemi, he has like a few different ones. Diaby, also very similar situation with the precision shooter, increasing the finishing in a necessary way, right? And then the pitch vision giving him that passing boost. And a really key thing to mention with this one is that it is a 4-star from this one. The pitch vision gives him the 4-star. Yeah. What about these other cards? So it would be 5-star, 4-star, 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, 4-star. Were you always 4-star? He was. You know what it is with Diaby? That weak foot improvement is very relevant, man. It's very, very relevant. Like, it's a big deal. Because marksman, and it's like, you don't have to worry about the weak foot as much if he's on the right-hand side. You know what I'm saying? Because most of his roles are specifically in that spot. Striker, he has false 9 still, which is decent. But false 9 is better when you have, like, the finesse shot to work with as well, right? But yeah, no, the stat increase on him, I think, would definitely be relevant. I think the big thing there is like getting that weak foot improvement. I think that's like a really, really big deal. Rafael Leao gets one as well from the pitch vision. So his finishing is set up a certain way where you would, by default, still give him a finisher chemistry style, but the pitch vision would increase base card stats for passing, but already has a playstyle plus. So that would depend on the person too. With Rafael Leao, he's a 5-star, 4-star. It's so funny because I actually have this card on the review account, but haven't used him yet because we haven't had any Serie A cards. But with Rafael Leao, finisher with a passing boost, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, to be honest. Again, the playstyle plus not being added makes it a little bit more pointless, but the stat boost itself would be a good one. Mendy, I think this would be one that would make sense. I wouldn't give him precision shooter. Yeah, just that would be okay too. Incisive pass for a fullback is very relevant. Very, very relevant. I think this would be like one of the bigger choices, to be honest with you. Like if you were to actually improve him in this sort of way. For fullbacks, it's massive. When you have through passes, when you have like it doesn't even matter. Like if you're playing 4-1-2-2 and it's to your center mid or your striker, or you're playing 4-5-1 or whatever, right? 4-4-1-1. Having that incisive pass, like it'll make a really huge difference, especially since in his case, he actually has good passing capabilities. So that's definitely a really nice card in my opinion. Ronaldo, I mean, no one's really going to do this one, right? The passing boost on him, you can because it's a massive one, but it's Ronaldo's lower rated card at the end of the day. People wouldn't even use that card. Actually, no, I'm not going to say people wouldn't use that card in the beginning because the power shot is really good right now, but you know. Rashford getting one. He gets a bunch of chain evolutions, which is nuts. Intro to stat limits, speed burst, precision shooter, wonder wing, and then pitch vision for him. Kind of transforms this card to be pretty nasty, to be honest, right? Again, key thing to mention, you don't get the playstyle plus, but making him a 5-star, 4-star with a power shot plus, I would consider to be a pretty big deal, right? Because he also has the advanced forward to work with in a striker position too. So stat-wise, even though you don't get the playstyle plus, it is a very good improvement for his card, for sure. I think that chain is kind of crazy, right? I wouldn't even look into that power shot Chiesa, incisive pass Chiesa. That's like the first one where he actually gets the actual playstyle plus. Because again, you can go down this route if you want to. Pitch Predator into Pitch Vision for that extra passing boost. No incisive pass, but at the end of the day, he does have a power shot plus, and power shot plus is pretty relevant to work with, I would say. I think it's a very meta thing. Raphinha gets one from the rare gold, speed burst, precision shooter, pitch vision for him. Yeah, I mean, shooting and passing base card stats being improved, and then you give him the incisive pass, it's pretty good. There's a lot of situations where, you know, even a card like this that does not have the inside forward for the right mid position specifically, it would still be nice to be able to cut inside with him and then to work with either the center mids or the strikers making those runs, right? So in his case, maybe it would be like a Hunter chemistry style flex, potentially a finisher, just like the card before on the SBC. I think it was a finisher that we gave this card too, right? I'm pretty sure. Deadeye? Was it Deadeye? Maybe I do have Deadeye on him actually. No, it might actually be a Deadeye. I always forget. I love that card, but it's like always the strong foot on the opposite side that like throws me off. But he's still amazing. It's the Tiki Taka plus, right? But this card does receive his first playstyle plus with the incisive pass. So again, can't really go wrong there. Definitely looks like a very interesting choice for sure. Sorry guys, moving on. Have to go fill up the water bottle because there's gonna be a lot of talking for these for these evolutions. I think you guys get the gist of a lot of them though. Because a lot of them, again, you can kind of go down the route of giving him that stat boost, but kind of pointless if you don't give him that actual playstyle. Honestly, the playstyle, specifically the incisive pass, I'm not gonna lie to you. I noticed it the most specifically for like cams in a 4-2-1-3, at least, or 4-2-1-3, and fullbacks. Like that's where I really utilize a through pass a lot, because the cam, like with Puteas, for instance, like whenever I have to do like a through pass, like the side position players, I really notice it for those as well. Center mids, you know, those ones too. Those ones would be really big. There's some here that you would give them the stat increase, but they're already working with like other playstyle pluses. So it just depends, right? Chiesa gets one. That's a passing boost as well with the pitch vision. Gets a rapid plus, right? But again, you could go down that route. Llorente, this one, again, this is kind of like where it makes a little bit more sense, right? If you were to actually give him the pitch vision. Incisive pass for Llorente, playing in the right back position, would be really nice. Llorente is one of those guys where in the right back position, just from the rare gold version, this card is like unbelievably cheap. If you packed this version and now you could put him into this evolution, incisive pass would be a really big W for him, 100%, right? Even if it's just to use him as a right back with no defensive roles in the right back position, this guy still performs. He's a beast, right? So this one would make a lot of sense. You give him that new playstyle, right? There's other cards that would be really cool too for like base increases, right? Like Pitch Predator gets a little bit of a base increase because this card is awesome. You know, you give him that passing boost as well, because to be fair, when it comes to Keane, his passing does suck. It does. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. So, you know, with a card like this, you kind of go down the route of, okay, pitch vision. I don't know if there's like one that just gives them just the pitch vision like this. This would make a little bit of sense because that passing boost is pretty significant. Again, unfortunately, with the whole playstyle plus not being added, like if it was an evolution that would just give them the passing stats in general, I think that'd be like a really big deal. But with him being a striker, linking up the play with other players, it would be nice to have like better passing capabilities. But regardless of this card not having passing, he's still one of my favorite cards in the game because he's an attacking AI merchant, right? Which is what people should be looking for when it comes to football games. But it is what it is. But yeah, no, Rashford has like a lot of chain ones. Aloe Rapid Plus, but gets the shooting and the passing boost, right? So it turns into an 86 for shooting, 86 for passing. Some very good improvements in those general areas. And then you don't really have to like worry about those areas as much because when you provide him the finisher, it's like, oh, but I improved the shooting to be way higher, right? So that I have 99 for finishing now. But then the passing was also improved base card stats wise, where it's like, okay, I could give him a finisher now and he should be able to perform a certain way, right? So again, it's not horrible if you want to go down that route, but again, it would be ideal to give the actual play style. Like this one, right? Speed burst for Llorente gives him an improvement. Central pillar, pitch vision, good improvements. Incisive pass being added. It's good stuff, you know? He has mainly like center mid one on this one. So like, you know, if you give him the shadow box to box as a center mid, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that because there's not that many like box to box players. So again, you could go down that road if you truly want to. Some other improvements, Matuidi gets one, right? A passing boost on him would be great, even though he already has the pinged pass. Rapid plus for Gravenberg. Man gets one from Parma, and then Nwaneri, who is one of the cards that you should be doing an Evo on, especially if you're going for the sentimental route with the Arsenal players and whatnot. This would make sense too, but again, you don't really get the playstyle plus. So, you know, for the short term, if you're looking for a card that, you know, you want to give those specific stat improvements to, you want to give that weak foot to as well, because again, with Diaby being one of the examples, he was initially a 4-star, 3-star. But now with these two new evolutions, it turns them into a 4-star, 4-star, which adds a lot to the cards at the end of the day, right? So it just depends on what you're looking for, right? But we'll call it there for the pitch vision. We'll move on to the precision shooting after, and then we'll do the speed one after that. So yeah, I'll see you guys for those videos. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.